What is going on, guys? DBG here. In this video, we're going to be doing the best new feature from every single NBA 2K game, 2K MyTEAM, from NBA 2K13 to NBA 2K19. These videos take a lot of time to make. So if you guys could leave a like, if we get 250 likes in this video, that would be absolutely insane. But anyway, now let's get on to the video. So NBA 2K13, obviously it's the first one, so there's not one big feature that they added. But the thing was with NBA 2K13 MyTEAM is that the biggest feature was that it was an entirely different approach to Ultimate Team game modes. So if you guys played FIFA and Madden, the purpose of all those game modes was get the best cards possible at any cost, put them cards together into a team and play in games. Either single matches or seasons, which had just been added that year, I think, in FIFA Ultimate Team. But that was kind of the general thing with Ultimate Team, was to get the best players. However, MyTEAM, even though obviously it's the case now to get the best players, they've seen that that's the best way to do it, MyTEAM took a completely different approach when it came to this. So basically, the way they did it was they basically made it the game mode so that you had to use some role players, so that it was advantageous to use bronzes, to use silvers, to use lower rated cards, rather than just using golds and splashing them out with signature skills. But yeah, it was something I really enjoyed, something that a lot of people really enjoyed. And with the sheer amount of players that play MyTEAM right now, it's not something that you could ever be brought back. But with the fact that it was a new game mode and it was a relatively small game mode, I genuinely think that the way it was done just made it way more fun. And it's something that we haven't seen really since the PS3 days of NBA 2K MyTEAM. We've yet to see a game mode in any Ultimate Team and any other game, except for maybe the first couple of weeks in Supermax when you had to use your bronze and your silvers. That kind of forced people to think about their squad, to force people to not use the best players, to find certain players to fit certain roles. And I just think that that was a really fun part about MyTEAM. It was nowhere near as much of a cash grab as it is now, and obviously it was a much smaller game mode. But yeah, so no real one major feature, but an entirely different approach to the Ultimate Team genre is definitely the biggest thing from NBA 2K13 MyTEAM anyway. So NBA 2K14 MyTEAM on the PS3 was just awful in my opinion. That was the worst MyTEAM we've ever had. But now we're going to go into NBA 2K14 MyTEAM on the PS4. So in my opinion, the biggest addition, there was a lot of new additions to this game mode. There was collection rewards, there was collections, things like that. You could use all your players and it didn't cost much. But domination has probably been the most popular game mode for the first couple of days of MyTEAM that there's ever been. Domination, giving out free cards, ways of completing it. Obviously there was no major reward for getting the 99 stars in domination. I think the Tiny Archibald in 2K15 was the first ever reward we got for that. And back when all the cards were the current cards, this was great because you could get like 90... you could get LeBron, as far as I know. As far as I know, you could literally get like 99 overall LeBron out of these packs, which was crazy. You couldn't get bronzes. But the funniest thing about domination this year is that you didn't have to win your games. So all you had to do was get the most points, and you got bonuses for using bronzes. So basically, the best card you could ever use was something like a Rudy Gobert, even though he was terrible. So all you had to do was turn the ball over and just block shots. Because blocking shots, getting a defensive stop, and getting a rebound was worth more. And then try to get fast break layups. If it wasn't a fast break, you just never took it. But you didn't have to win the game. Like, so all you had to do was just get as many points as possible. And it was so easy to beat. And it was so easy to just completely exploit as well. But in my opinion, without doubt, domination. Like, there was locker codes, there was collections, collection rewards, a lot of other stuff. They first started giving out players by challenges. There was a lot of new different tiers except bronze, silver, and gold. But in my opinion, domination is definitely the biggest thing for 2K14. So NBA 2K15 was kind of the start of what we've seen from MyTEAM now. So obviously there was a lot of new card tiers. We saw throwback cards. We saw historic collections. So we saw more historic collection rewards. We saw overall collection rewards. We saw domination rewards. We saw challenges for the first, actual good challenges for the first time. There was a Sapphire Bob Pettit. But without doubt, the biggest feature of NBA 2K15 MyTEAM was the auction house. Up until NBA 2K15, all you could do with duplicate cards was discard them. There was no auction house. And this meant that collections were just so tedious to complete, because in 2K14 it was like you could get 11 of the 12 cards in team packs in like 15 packs, and it could take you 30 packs to get the last one. So like those packs were obviously rigged. But yeah, the auction house was a huge part of NBA 2K15. And the auction house is still a huge part. And like the funny thing is that there was a 15% tax. and it was still a huge thing having the auction house in NBA 2K15. I think the auctions went, as far as I know, was it 10 million the max that you could put up a card for? But there was no cards that went anywhere near the million until, except for that brief period when everyone knew about the MT glitch at that time. But yeah, they did a lot of really good things. Collection rewards for so many things. But in my opinion, like in everyone's opinion, like if you're using the auction house, if you don't want to discard every dupe, the auction house is without doubt the most important thing we got in NBA 2K15. So NBA 2K16 brought with it historic domination. It brought with it tiers based on actual card ratings. So in 2K15, for example, like you could have an 84 overall silver card, but you had a 79 overall gold. But that was one of the big things of 2K16. But like content-wise, they didn't bring out too much like in terms of cards. But they did put in what was one of the most fun game modes at the time, and a game mode that they're bringing back something very similar this year, the Gauntlet, the 3v3 blacktop type game mode. This game mode was great, and 2K16 I thought was the best version of it, because I know it's an exploit they didn't really want to happen, but if you backed out of a game, you could reset your Gauntlet board. So you could basically get whatever cards you wanted for that specific game. And this is a great way to try out the new cards. So whenever they release a new card into the game, it can be put into the Gauntlet, which is mad because they didn't even put them into pack and playoffs in 2K18. But whenever a new card came in, it would be added into the Gauntlet, and you could just almost refresh the Gauntlet until you got that new card. So then you can actually try out the card, see how good it is before you went and purchased the card. Or if you were a YouTuber, you could use it to make some videos, because a lot of these cards are really rare. So in my opinion, without doubt, for that reason, the Gauntlet was the biggest factor, or the biggest new feature in NBA 2K16. An entirely new game mode that completely changed MyTEAM until it was taken out after 2K17. And then there's a lot of people that grinded the Gauntlet for that, Bob Cousy, for that, Clyde Drexler. And yeah, I was really disappointed to see it gone in 18, and I'm kind of happy that it's back in 2K19, or something similar to this is back in 2K19. But a huge addition in NBA 2K16 MyTEAM. So with 2K17, there was a lot of new things. And I was going to put lower overall starting players, as in it wasn't the players' ratings from the roster that they initially got in MyTEAM, they were giving them lower overall. So for example, LeBron was an 85 overall, Curry was an 85 rather than something like 97 and 96. But then what I'm going to go with is the just sheer amount of tiers we got. And it's not, I don't mean like themed cards, like Rubies and Onyx were just certain themes in 2K15. I mean like we literally got silver, bronze, silver, gold, emerald, ruby, sapphire, amethyst, diamond, and pink diamond. Like there were tons of tiers. We also got Onyx, which were free agent cards. The amount of tiers in 2K17 was crazy. But again, there's a lot of things in 2K17, did a lot of things very similar to 2K16. There was a lot kind of a longer road to the playoffs, but it was renamed MyTEAM Online. The Gauntlet was renamed MyTEAM Blacktop, and hilariously enough, they tried to push this as two new features, even though they were literally the exact same thing, named two different things. But yeah, in my opinion, the sheer amount of tiers, the amount of new extra cards we got in 2K17 compared to other years, that was definitely the biggest feature in the game. So NBA 2K18 MyTEAM had two huge new features compared to 17. There was Supermax and Pack and Playoffs. Obviously, the more relevant one is Supermax because that is what everybody played. But the thing is, I'm going to go with Pack and Playoffs as the most, obviously the biggest addition to NBA 2K18 MyTEAM, because they pushed the hell out of this game mode, as in this is going to be the draft mode. And then they went and didn't upgrade it from day one. So you were still pulling like silvers, golds, and emeralds. And then you went into a game, because you only drafted 5 players, your stamina was literally like unlimited. So like if you got a really good fast player, you could just turbo literally for the entire game. So yeah, a hugely flawed game mode, but without that, this is what people were most excited for day one in MyTEAM. People didn't care about Supermax day one. It was only when the rewards became really good late in the year in Supermax that people really cared. But for the start of the year, this was the big feature, and it was a huge disappointment. Which is why I'm not straight away going to say that 2K19 is going to be the best MyTEAM ever. Like, we've yet to see what it's going to be like. It looks like it's going to be great, but we said that Pack and Playoffs was going to be a revolutionary game mode, and it was terrible. So we just never know until we actually see the game. But yeah, even though it was a disaster, it was still probably the biggest new feature in the game. So now we're on to the game that we haven't seen yet, NBA 2K19. And obviously there's heat check cards, which I don't think are the biggest deal. And if you've looked at the developer blog, it seems like they're trying to just almost refine and listen to community the game modes, because obviously Triple Threat's not really an all new game mode, it's just a different version of the gauntlet. And what they're doing with MyTEAM Ultimate, I think, or is it Unlimited? I can't remember the name of it exactly, but like, it's not that different than what we have, just it's probably a slightly better version. What I think is what they've really pushed in the developer blog, and what could end up being the biggest feature, and what I hope is the biggest feature, is rewarding people for playing the game more. Again, this is something that it's like, we've yet to see the game, so I can't guarantee anything, but by the looks of it, it seems there's going to be a lot more rewards for playing the game, and a lot better cards for obviously being really good at the game, which, if it's true, is going to be arguably one of the best features we've ever seen in any NBA 2K18 MyTEAM. However, it is 2K, and more than likely what is going to happen is it's still going to be, to an extent, play to win, but hopefully there are a lot just better rewards, and that if you want to pay to win, you can, but also if you're really good at the game, you could probably have a similar enough standard team, and that you could have fun doing that. Like, obviously they can't completely take away pay to win, but having a happy middle between paying to win and being rewarded for being good at the game is something that looks like it's going towards, and if that is the biggest feature in 2K19, I will be so happy. So anyway, that's the video. In my opinion, these are the biggest new features in every NBA 2K MyTEAM up until 2K19. Obviously, when 19 comes out, it could be something completely different, and what I'm saying could be completely wrong, but that's what we know anyway from seeing this trailer, from reading the development blog. I've talked to developers, and it's kind of the general thing they're looking to do next year. So anyway, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.